Hey Virgos, welcome back to the Guiding Chariot and welcome to your Taurus season reading. Alright, let's get into it. So Virgos, exciting time for all of us, wishing you guys well. As always, house rules still apply, so this will be a general reading for all Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising signs. Of course, don't force any of the messages. I am kind of letting everyone know, since this reading is really focused on Taurus season, and, you know, every season we get a little dose of that energy, so we kind of all have a little Taurus in us, Taurian in us, however you want to word that. So I am recommending you guys check out the Taurus video if you feel like it. That message definitely can be applied to everyone. Maybe not completely, but there are bits of it, so if you feel like it. If not, you're in the right place right now, so it's all good. As always, I'm going to pull some oracle cards and then we'll go a little deeper with the tarot. So, let's get into it. I've had a long morning, so like, forgive me if I'm a little low energy. I'm like, it was good. Okay, thank you. It was a good morning, like, not complaining. It was a good morning, but I'm like, now that I'm finally back home, I'm like, oh, can I just sit? Hey, all right. So, Virgo, you guys got two. So we have the New Earth and White Ray Mandalas. This is a new deck from my friend Sanitayu Golden Ray. You can check her out on Instagram if you're interested in this deck. Or these decks, it's actually two. She has a regular one and a holographic one, if you can kind of see. But honestly, great energy for you. So New Earth definitely created some new changes and you're welcoming in a new space as we move through Taurus season. So ending of April through May. This, honestly, I think we talked about this. Actually, yes, we totally did. I was just talking to my Virgo friend. You may be watching this now, so you know who you are. But we were just talking about stuff that has been going on recently. You literally are creating your new Earth. And I know a lot of times I don't want to get too out there and hippy-dippy, but, you know, people talk about the new Earth as like a new consciousness and all kinds of things. I won't go into that because then we'll be here for like 3 days and still really not get to it. You know, but it is about creating this space. It's not necessarily about getting to a new Earth and moving to a new place. It's about creating and realigning the situations around you so you're living. I was going to say you're living a new Earth. That doesn't phonetically doesn't sound right, but you get what I'm saying, right? You're essentially creating the life that you want versus trying to fit in with what's going on around you, right? So the new Earth you've been creating really is, if it's not here yet, it's arriving, right? So especially through Taurus season. And Taurus season is kind of the time where we tend to, I don't want to say, you don't necessarily think of yourself, but you really align with, you know, your little comforts and luxuries and what feels good to you, where you find value, right? Because we're in the sign of Taurus. That's kind of Taurian energy. You know, we like to have our little plot of the farmyard, and that's what we want to do. We just want to plow our little corner and have our little things and have our little comforts, and we just like to stay inside our little fence, and we're perfectly happy doing the things that we want to do. You want to tell us something else? We're probably not going to listen to you and just be stubborn about it, and you're just going to have to deal with it. It's kind of that vibe. But because of that, you literally are creating this new place. And then we also have the White Ray, which is, you know, if we talk about it energetically, you know, a lot of times that can be seen as, you know, Christ consciousness and things like that. I'm not the most religious person in the world, so depends what you subscribe to. You know, but to me, when we talk about the White Ray, it definitely connects to our crown chakra, right? So it is our higher self. It's a heightened sense of awareness, right? So to me, a lot of what is going on is talking about your perspective right now. You know, where you see, I mean, I guess you could say where you see your future headed. I was going to say something different, but that actually kind of makes sense. But it's really about seeing things that are really serving you, serving your highest good, and making choices that are truly in alignment with what is the best for you, whether it feels good, whether it helps to provide for a lifestyle, whether it helps you grow in a certain way that you've been wanting to develop, whatever that is, right? All of our journeys are going to be slightly different, but it's again, it's just that I just want to use the word alignment. Like that's kind of the word I keep wanting to return to. But it's that perspective of where we're headed, why we're heading there, what's driving us, what's motivating us, and then also the action that's helping to create that around us, right? Also, a lot of that is the energy of what we believe, right? If you believe this new earth exists, if you believe that, you're capable of bringing about, that you deserve it, that you can do it, that belief will be mirrored in the reality around you, right? You send out a particular vibration, don't you? All right. There we go. What do we get? Hey! Oh, Virgos, are we feeling a little risky? Oh, sorry, baby. Sorry, my kitty's sleeping on the bed next to me. Grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Virgos, we feeling risky? Are we feeling risky? Are we taking some chances? Honestly, with your new Earth card, yes. You definitely want to take a leap of faith, right? Because you're changing things, you're shaking stuff up. I think we talked about that in your last reading. Yeah, we did, didn't we? I just want to, that phrase, you can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. You're in the egg breaking phase, right? Some things have to break, some things have to shatter. So if you are facing a decision, if you've been contemplating making a decision about something, and again, remember, this is going to be general, so apply it where it needs to, whether this is work, love, relationships, home life, whatever. If you've been wanting to change something, opportunity presents itself, or you've just kind of had it, and you're like, I got to do this differently. I got to make something happen. I have to leave this. I have to go for that. Honestly, you kind of have 2 cards, 3 cards, especially if it's kind of like a little passion of yours. You have 3 cards all telling you, go for it. It's time. There we go. Totally caught some. Oh, there we go. Oh, look at that. We'll take it. This card always trips me out. So the Revelations Tarot always has kind of like an upright picture, and then you flip it over, it has a reverse picture. So it always trips me out to see the Hangman right side up. But then he is right side up, like he's not upside down. Always throws me off. But honestly, great card. So you guys may have felt, like the Hangman, so I'm going to show him to you in the reverse, even though you got him upright. But Hangman can feel still and stuck and like nothing's improving, nothing's changing. You're being hung upside down, right? How are you going to get anywhere? But in the upright, it's a great card of learning and introspection. Sometimes that pause is necessary. Sometimes there's something in us that's shifting, where maybe going into that, we thought success only looked like this, or romance only looked like this, right? That moment of suspension, shall we say, allows us to tap into our inner selves, our higher selves, spirit, whatever you want to call it. And you guys have white rays, so there's definitely a higher consciousness that you are connecting to. This card is about kind of going into that, maybe having one expectation, really seeing what feels right, what feels good, what makes you happy, right? What actually meets your needs and your desires. But now you're coming out of that, and I would confidently guess your perspective has changed. You may still want the same things, but how you want it, or the exact image of what that thing will look like, I would wager has altered a little bit. And because of that, that's why we're needing to take a leap of faith. Instead of having a business in this particular field, we're going into that particular field, and having a partner that looked like this or acted like this. Now we want a partner who allows us more freedom, or wants to do things with me versus being super independent. Like whatever it is you need, Virgos. But the good news is, having it in the upright, you've kind of gone through that kind of dark night of the soul. That's already kind of behind you now. And it's the first card out, so you're definitely on the way out of that. So, whoa. That was a nice chunk. Okay. how do we want these? I kind of want them like that. Which I feel like it's going to reverse a lot of them. Yep. So you have the Hermit in reverse. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Yes. Devil in reverse. That's actually not a bad thing. We like the Devil in reverse. Don't run away on me. World card. And the Ace of Cups. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. We're actually going to take these in some chunks. Because I'm kind of... Oh, you can't see those, can you? Let's move them over a little bit. There we go. So, this Hermit card and the Wheel of Fortune. So some of you may still feel a little bit lost. Some of you may still feel you don't necessarily see the light, see the way forward. This Hermit card in reverse. You're definitely coming out of the Hangman. I don't think any of you are still in that moment. I think you are moving forward, but I think some of you don't necessarily see it. You're moving, but you are seeing it, right? The clarity maybe isn't there, right? Because upright, he has his little star lantern, right, showing the way. So in the reverse, I don't want to say we're moving blindly, because that's not the case. Hangman already shows this. I think with this Hermit card in reverse, some or a good chunk of you just kind of feel like I just know I can't stay here. Like, I know I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not entirely sure if this direction is the one I want to go in, but I know it's better. It's giving me very like Eight of Cups vibes. And then with that Wheel of Fortune in the reverse as well. Again, the wheel feels like it's not spinning, it's not turning. It's like we're trying to push it to like bring something new towards us, but there's something in the gears that's not letting it move forward. So I get it. I get it. It's a thing. It's a process. Then you have the Devil in reverse as well as the World. Now, I know the World card is reverse. Honestly, I don't feel like that energy changes at all. Maybe it delays it a little bit, slows it down, but I don't feel that's kind of what's happening. I think you're still coming towards an ending of something regardless. If anything, with this card coming up in reverse, that ending may have just been... I don't want to say rougher, but it might have been prolonged longer than it needed to be. It definitely wasn't kind of a nice, easy, fluid motion to it. Especially starting with Hangman. I keep forgetting that Hangman. But I think it was just longer. It was drawn out. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It just took a little longer. Having this Devil card in the reverse. I actually think the Devil card in reverse is a great position for it. In the upright in this deck, they show it a little differently how I read it, but I actually think it's great because you can kind of see he's all frustrated and like cursing the sky, and it's just I'm trying to think how to word this without making it sound crazy, but it's almost kind of like whatever was holding you back, whatever was overwhelming, whatever was stressing you out before, now it no longer has a control over you, right? I'm gonna use a friend of mine as an example, but this definitely can be something about where thinking I can't do without this job, or I can't leave this job for another one because this one pays so well and I'll be fucked if I don't do it. This is kind of that idea of money and societal expectations not running your life anymore. You're like, you know what, but this job sucks. I hate it. I would much rather, be earning less but doing something I enjoy doing, where I can learn and grow and live a happier life versus being a slave to this stupid gold coin. This is that Devil frustrated that he doesn't have the power anymore. You took the power back. And yes, you did, because you're literally creating new earth without him. You're moving forward without him. You're creating new opportunities. Virgos, you're a friggin' beast. Like, you're a friggin' beast. And then you have the Ace of Cups. So yes, this is a card of love and pure love, but it's also a card of self-love. You're serving yourself. And all aces carry that energy of a new beginning. So a new beginning full of emotional fulfillment, rewards, gratification. And again, that's you just kind of loving life, right? You don't have to, you're not stressing about things. You're not doing something that makes you unhappy or drains you. Like, it's something that actually fills your cup versus you filling someone else's cup. I mean, literally, you can see your cup overflowing, right? But again, it's that energy of you and your surroundings pouring into your cup versus yours just going out and out and out. I just keep thinking this has to do with work and money, because it's like your bank account is going up versus just being depleted. 9 of Swords, yes, that's all that mental anxiety and worry and stress, fear that something's gonna happen. Oh, yes. This Hermit card. Okay, so for those of you still in this like Hermit, Wheel of Fortune moment where we're still here, probably moving forward a little bit, maybe not 100% sure if we're moving in the right direction, if we should be moving, but we're doing it anyway, that particular vibe, I get that there's a lot of mental stress, anxiety, worry, fear, doubt, reservations, hesitations. Well, probably not hesitations because you're doing it, but for sure reservations about it. Honestly, have some trust in yourself. And even if you're not a super spiritual person, have some trust in you. Like, you are very capable. You can make this happen. You already are, really, because we have that New Earth card. This is a great month for your growth. And actually, bottom of the deck, King of Pentacles, look at you making it happen. Right? Well manifested, grounded, successful, cool, calm, and collected. It's a very, very confident energy. You really should be believing in yourself. There's no reason to doubt yourself. And I get that can be tricky when you're like, I'm making moves and I don't see the changes I want to see yet, or it'll take time for me to see the progress, and there's no guarantee that progress will even happen. I get it. That's the way life works, right? Not everything is like an instant cup of noodles where it's ready in 3 minutes. Let's take it this way. Ooh, yep. King of Swords in reverse. Don't try to overthink this. Do not try to overthink this. Because literally that's where this energy starts to, I don't want to say get blocked, but then you don't really take in all the messages, right? Because then you get so hung up on the things that stress you out, or you start falling on old habits because they just feel comfortable and familiar. You're not the same problem solver you are if you start to get frazzled about things, which is why this energy, I get it's coming up. It is a learned behavior, and there are times where it serves us, right? This is not one of those times, though. So make sure you check this. Okay, let's see. Oh, that didn't take long at all. Okay. Yes. Oh, good one. This is good. So you guys so you have the Two of Wands in reverse. I don't feel it super reverse energetically, but in a way it kind of works in your favor. So Two of Wands is about putting our intentions out, right? What is it we want to see? What is it we're trying to make happen? We already know that's going on. I will say you guys are still working towards it. I do not think you're going to see the manifestations of it right away. And when I say right away, I just mean in Taurus season. Doesn't mean it's not, doesn't mean it's 6 years down the line, but I don't see it happening in Taurus season. So there is this need to really have trust and faith in yourself, because you're going to be making the right moves. Like, there's no doubt about that. You're going to be making the right moves. As long as they, again, hit that emotional center, that's going to be your cue, right? Mentally, that's where you kind of get like flubbed up this month. Because if you don't see the results you're looking for, which honestly you won't, because I know you're expecting big things. You're creating big things. You should be expecting big things. Big things take time. You're not going to see them this week. You're not going to see them next week. You're not going to see them the week after that. With that being said, that doesn't mean they're not coming. That doesn't mean they're not happening, right? But the more you kind of get anxious and think about that and let that get into your head, the harder and tougher it's going to be to keep the motivation, to keep it going, right? So for you, there is a very strong particular heads up to really have a lot of courage and conviction with what you're doing. More so than any of the other signs. I've done so far. A lot of the signs are creating some opportunities for themselves. You guys, the message really is about having some courage and faith. I don't think you guys are being tested. That's not it. It's just you've been working for something for so hard, and again, waiting for these big results. They're just taking time. But what's helpful is that the choices you're making now really are the ones that are going to count and the ones that are going to matter. Right? So whether you are taking some new opportunities or you've decided to do something a little differently recently, some of you really could you've just made the jump, or you're considering making a big jump in a big direction. I'm telling you, whatever change is coming, or honestly, I feel like the change is you either are aware of it already and you're like doing the this or that, or you've made that decision and you're starting to take action. Honestly, that's the right thing to do. That change is what's going to move you beyond this. And it's just going to be frustrating because you won't see the results right away. Doesn't mean they're not coming. Actually, look at that. 7 of Pentacles. Patience, waiting, harvest season. Down on the bottom. So yes, it is coming. You're just not going to see it right away. So you kind of have to have the strength to hold it together on your own for a little bit. Not that you're doing it solo, but you're just not going to see the external rewards to like keep you motivated and keep you inspired. That's all going to have to come from within. So have a lot of courage and strength and belief in yourself. All right, Virgos, I am going to wrap up your reading there. Awesome journey you're going to be having for Taurus. Just stay strong, my lovelies. I'm going to send you out. As always, thank you so much for all your love and support. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment down below. Tell me how this resonated. That's super important for me. Also, make sure you're subscribed and have the notification bell on so you can be notified when next week's readings come out. Readings, oh my goodness. Other than that, I love you guys. Stay safe, take care, and I will see you in your next video. Bye.